Hi everyone. Morning, morning, morning. We'll give everyone a little bit of time to wake up on a Sunday morning. I know it's Sunday and some people on the West Coast might be feeling like we scheduled this a little bit too early for a Sunday morning stream, right? But welcome everyone, and we'll get started in a couple of minutes. Just trying to finish up some of the small outstanding um, prep work that we were hoping to finish on time, but we got delayed. Um, Give me a couple of minutes, I'll come back. In the meantime, Manvi, why don't you do a quick conversation and a recap of what we did yesterday,
Right.
right? And what you're going to start with and how we're going to go. Okay?
Hi everyone.
There.
First of all, good morning. We are back trying to make sure that everybody understands how butter chicken is cooked. So let's recap a little bit. Yesterday we had demonstrated uh, the whole marination process for the chicken to go into the butter chicken gravy, which is a Mughlai chicken, Mughlai or Makhani chicken. Makhani is a word in Hindi which means luxurious. So chicken cooked in a luxurious gravy, which means it's like a rich gravy. That is called as butter chicken. Uh, so do you want me to go through the ingredients all over again?
So out of, yeah, I had the ingredient list ready to go if that's the intent. So here it is, and I can switch to that view quickly so you can talk about it. There we go.
Thank you, Swiss Barrow. Yeah, it's an awesome kitchen. That's the reason I love to cook. Okay, I think we'll do a recap of all the ingredients required to cook and marinate the chicken.
Start with the marination, yeah.
First of all, we'll talk about the ingredients for the marination itself. So the first and foremost ingredient is the tandoori masala, which is the brand name is Kisan, and this is an authentic spice available back home in India as well as in North America. Not too sure which stores carry them, but this is the most authentic spice we use to cook butter chicken. Then we have the cumin powder. Cumin powder is the jeera powder. This will be required. Again, the next one is some garam masala. Garam masala is a blend of spices. Spices meaning it includes cloves, cardamoms, bay leaves, star anise, small cardamoms, bay leaf, and cinnamon. So this is a blend of all those spices. It's called as garam masala. I hope everyone can see the titles on the bottles. Is the light clear enough in the room?
Oh, let me get that.
So the next ingredient is
they're not seeing it yet because we are on that view, so I need to get back to the cooking view. Here we go.
Need a scene change.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
So
Okay.
let's do it again.
So let's do all that all over again. So the first and foremost spice which goes into the marination is called as the tandoori masala. How about now? Can you see it? The brand name is Kisan. That's what I have been using from the time I had learned to cook. It's called as the Kisan, and it's available in the Indian groceries in the North America. It's called as tandoori masala, which needs for marination. This is the most important ingredient to marinate the chicken. The next ingredient is cumin powder. It's roasted cumin, actually roasted, as well as it's grind to a fine powder like form, and it's called as cumin powder. Also, we have garam masala. This is the most, I think, famous spice which is used in almost all the curries or
Indian
authentic Indian dishes.
Okay.
It's called as garam masala. Garam masala is a blend of all the spices, cloves, cinnamon, star anise, cardamom, bay leaves. So it's a blend of all the spices.
The marinating, so we are going to do a quick recap and actually show it to you again. So as we have another batch ready, a lot of people requested we do it again today. Some of them missed the stream yesterday. So we are going to be doing it right now. Coriander powder.
Yeah, that's the next one. Coriander powder is, coriander seeds are actually roasted and ground to a fine powder. It's called as coriander powder. All right. And then the 2 blend of red chili powder. I do this just because in order to get the spice level down, you need to mix it with the Kashmiri red chili powder, because Kashmiri red chili powder just enhances the color of the curry or the marination color, whereas the red chili powder
Is the chili, real
is
chili.
the real chili, the spice,
The hot, the heat.
yeah, which creates a heat in the curry or even in the marination. So you need to mix these two. If you need to up the spice level, then you can add more of the red chili powder. Also, we have some black pepper.
This is ground.
This is ground black pepper.
Okay. Ground
Okay.
red pepper.
Yeah. And then the most important garnishing spice, it's not a spice actually, it's meant for
Or-
garnishing.
or-
So it's called as fenugreek leaves. They are dry and it looks like this. It's
when we
also
take it
called
out,
as kasuri methi. In the stores, I can show you a picture. How does it look like when you go into the store? So this is the pack of the kasuri methi, which is absolutely a must for this butter chicken dish.
Can you tilt the phone a little bit? Yeah, that's good.
You can send them a picture later on if you like.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the fenugreek leaves I was talking about. Then after that, I have got some yogurt, Greek yogurt available for marination. You can use 0%, depends on your, it depends on the fat level you need to use. I'm using 0% Greek yogurt. You can use a regular yogurt as well.
Plain. Yeah.
Like yesterday we used plain yogurt, regular plain yogurt for the marination. Today I'm using the Greek yogurt just to
Show you
get a
what-
variation.
Yeah.
And I have some cashews as well for the cooking gravy for the chicken.
Okay, let's focus on the marination.
Yes.
first. Yeah.
Then I have some oil available for the marination, which is the mustard oil. You can always use regular cooking oil or even olive oil, but authentically, if you need an authentic dish, if you want to have the same taste as the restaurant, then please use the mustard oil.
Yeah, so we talked about this a little bit yesterday, and one of the things that we mentioned yesterday was that basically, if you put olive oil, the flavor, the aroma, and the smell of olive oil will actually, you'll feel it in the curry, in the gravy, and in the chicken. So you don't want that. You want the authentic Indian flavor. Then don't use the olive oil. You can if you wanna, but you won't get the real feeling and the taste of the butter chicken.
The real
right?
butter chicken, yeah.
Yeah. So either you use mustard oil, which is the best suited, or you can also use corn oil or vegetable oils. Okay.
Last but not the least, we are using a lemon as well. Lemon juice we would require to marinate the chicken because it is a natural tenderizer for the chicken to cook faster. That's all I have for the list of ingredients for the marination right now. And I have some tools here available like mortar and pestle.
That's to crush the
Ginger, garlic.
and the garlic.
Yeah. So I have some ginger, some garlic here,
Okay.
and then I have some tools and a mixing bowl to marinate the chicken.
Okay.
So let's just get started.
Okay.
Okay, you want me to marinate the chicken?
Yeah, let's start with quick
Okay.
marination. Let's run through it faster than
Okay.
yesterday because it's kind of a recap. For any detailed discussions on what we did yesterday, we talked a lot about the marination technique and gave a lot more details, answered a lot of questions. So the VOD is available for that. You can go there and take a look as well. And also feel free to message us. You guys have our Discord, you have our Twitch account, etc. You can send us a DM or you can send us a message on Discord and we can in the general chat and I'll watch it and I'll respond to any questions you may have. Okay, let's start with the repeat of yesterday.
Okay.
The first, is there anyone who was here yesterday, joined us already today? Anyone in chat?
Is anybody marinating the chicken live with us, real time, along with us? No one, I'm not hearing anyone say that. Okay, everybody seems like watching. Okay, so let's just get started. So I have 3 pieces of the breast pieces. 3 breast pieces of the chicken, which is 700 grams of the chicken.
Okay.
Okay, I had actually washed the chicken, made sure that the water drains out from the chicken. It should be absolutely dry before chopping them into chunk size pieces. So what I'm doing is actually I'm using a plastic chopping board instead of the wooden chopping board for the chicken. The wooden chopping board is meant for chopping garlic, ginger and etc. all the other stuff, whereas I'm using the plastic or the silicone. You could use the silicone chopping board to chop your chicken.
Yeah, and one of the reasons Juka was here yesterday and she was like, yeah, wood is for us, I know that part, don't tell us about that. It was funny. It was a funny moment, but yeah, I think a lot of men don't know about it, and I know there's quite a lot of men cooks here in the channel, so.
Okay, here you go. So I cut vertically half and then cut into 5 pieces, if you look at it. And I'm taking off the fat wherever I see. So breast piece cut into vertical, cut into big chunk size pieces.
You're not trying to dry it today first?
Yeah, I'll dry. We can dry it even after.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Let's dry the big pieces, it's easier I think.
So
we're going to dry the chicken first completely because it's been washed and it is wet.
Yeah, good you reminded me.
See, I was paying attention yesterday, you can't tell me I wasn't.
So Tor has already learned the chicken what? The chopping
And the drying of
and
it.
the drying.
Good.
Okay, let's see if you remember the marination now.
Okay, I'll try and remember everything from yesterday.
Okay, so I'm drying it, dabbing it with the paper towel to get rid
Guys,
of
you
the
all know
extra water.
my memory lasts me a few minutes only. But she did a great job or not yesterday. Let's do a test. Like, I'll try and recall what we used for marination yesterday and what amounts. And you guys prompt me, please. I might need your help if anyone's here from yesterday's stream.
So I'm getting rid of the fat first.
Swiss, if you want me to play with you Apex Legends, then stop prompting all those things on your screen, on our screen here, okay? Don't give her ideas. So this is dried out already now?
Yeah, it's dried out. I almost removed all the fat as well.
Okay.
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 So cut again, vertical. Same size, same chunk size pieces.
Approximately inch and a half. and try and keep the chunk size the same, because then it evenly cooks. Because if you have a big and a small piece, you know, the smaller pieces will cook faster than the big pieces, and that was the reason given to me by her yesterday, that's why we're trying to evenly chop it. I remember that part too. So did I get another point for that?
Yes.
Good. I'm scoring well. I'm doing a good job, I think, today, guys.
One up for you. Thumbs up.
Okay. Now I
Okay.
bring it down there. I'm not staying on the room camera, guys, because the room camera is quite some distance, and I'm trying to keep it where you can see stuff, and I'll get closer when you know she's doing something new. But you guys have already seen this yesterday, and I'm hoping that that's good enough. Seeing a few chops. Today, I woke up at 4 a.m. Hey, Grab. Oh, I think I had the music playing yesterday as well, Grab. Didn't you guys hear it? Oh, I don't know why you guys didn't hear it yesterday. I had that yesterday. Morning to you, Grab. That's an early morning rise for you on a Sunday, on a weekend. I got up at 4 o'clock, can you believe it? And it wasn't for this stream. I don't know how many of you, this is an international forum, so I'm assuming and hoping some of you are from Asia as well. There's a World Cup, Cricket World Cup going on, and there was a key World Cup match today. It was an unbelievable game. In my 50, 60 plus years of watching cricket, I haven't seen a game like that, so it was one of those stellar moments, and I couldn't go back to sleep after that. Okay.
You know, we forgot so many things today.
What did we
I forgot
forget?
to wear my apron. I
Okay.
forgot to wash my hands.
I did wash my hands.
You didn't remind me, which means you never picked up my steps.
Oh, I lost 2 points right there because I didn't remind her, guys. I lost 2 points for not reminding her stuff. I thought she's supposed to be reminding me stuff, but it seems like I am supposed to remind her stuff now.
All right.
Okay, so what are we doing now?
Okay, so the
This is
chicken is
chopped.
cut nicely
Yeah.
into evenly chunk-sized pieces.
Okay,
Okay, let's just begin the marination.
so we'll use the same bowl. Yesterday we used the same bowl, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to use the same bowl.
Okay, so we'll start with yogurt,
Okay.
Greek yogurt,
Oh, so we need
This-
3 spoons of that.
tablespoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the repeat, Grab. I need your help, Grab. You were here yesterday.
I put in 3 tablespoons
Deranked. Yeah, deranked.
of the Greek yogurt.
This is Greek yogurt. Yesterday we used the 3% plain yogurt. Today we are using the Greek yogurt just to show you that it's actually not much of a difference. And we have to now, okay, I'm getting to work. Hold on. I'll get to work. She's looking at
If
me,
I thought
guys.
I'm doing the marination, then you need to help me out with cutting and chopping.
Okay, I'm coming. Okay, so we cut about a 1-inch slice of this yesterday, right? This is the ginger, and we took about 3 cloves of this or 4 cloves of this.
You can
right?
add 4, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this is real time, and that is a little bit delayed. That's the stream showing, okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna get 3 or 4 pieces out from here. And where do I put this? Back here? Okay. And chop this later. Let's get the ginger going first.
When you, here you go.
I'm not good at peeling garlic or I'm good with onions. I'm not good with garlic for some reason, guys. Somehow it always throws me off, you know, getting the skin off the garlic. But I'm using my fingers here to try and rub it off. Yeah, it came off.
Oh, his and her mom is here. Hello.
Hello,
Hi,
Mom.
welcome.
So we're doing right now, Mom, we're just doing a quick recap of what we did yesterday because it was requested by a lot of people who couldn't join us yesterday for some reason or other. So today we're doing a quick recap. I think I tweeted about it 2 days ago as well, that we'll do a quick recap of the marination, because we know a lot of you guys are requesting that. So hopefully there's going to be a trick question for you here, Mom. There's going to be a question for you. I need your help to begin with. I'm trying to remember all the steps we performed yesterday, and she's giving me a test, and I have to tell her what to do next. So I'll need everyone's help here. Whoever was here yesterday, you're not off the hook. If I'm on the hook, you're on the hook. We need to do it as a team, right? We need more players than 4 or 3 Apex Legends players.
Okay, so 4 is enough.
Okay.
But we would need more, even for the curry.
For the curry.
Do you want to do that later, or do you want to do it together?
Let's finish it. So this is the piece of ginger that I just now cut from yesterday. Your brain is off right now. It's okay. Some days you don't want to use your brain at all. I'm not asking for your brain. I'm asking you for your memory. Which doesn't stay in the brain. It stays somewhere else, some other part of the brain, which doesn't have to work harder. For a second, forget all the POIs on KC. Focus on the cooking, and I think we should be good. So I'm gonna just try and get rid of all the extra ginger. I think you can pick up the camera if you want to show them my hand, or we can just talk. Up to you. You'll have to tap on the screen to refocus it every time the distance changes, okay? That's how it works. So should I cut it, or should I just put it solid and just mash it up?
You can cut into small pieces so that it's easier to
mash it up, right?
Mash.
Okay. So my skills at chopping are not bad, guys. I'm telling you, I'm an expert onion cutter. I'm very good at chopping onions. That's the only task I enjoy doing because I use it daily on the omelette. That's the only task I enjoy doing because I know I'm going to get it fantastic.
Can you chop the garlic as well?
Yeah, oh, chop that too. Okay.
So if you want to, guys, if you want to up the spice level, you can actually add one green chili to it.
Oh. So is it better to put the green chili here, or is it better to put it in the gravy when you're making the gravy?
Either way, it's fine. Like I said, if you want to have a spice level up on the chicken, then it's best to add it in the marination. But if you want to have the gravy a little spicier, then you want to have the green chili in the gravy while you're cooking.
Sorry, can I use this, or do I use something else?
You can do that, yeah.
Okay. So just the grinding begins, guys. I mean the mashing of it. You can.
You forgot something, Tor.
What did I forget?
Yesterday, you remember what did I tell you? A special tip I gave you.
Oh, to put some something in it to make it easier. It was
Exactly.
salt.
Exactly.
Salt. A little bit of salt. So the
Brahmani, you are absolutely right. you are following. Now I know for sure.
okay. Wow. My memory. Thanks, Drab. You scored a point for the team. Good job. So I'm just gonna keep mashing it up. So, guys, does anyone remember the full list of spices we put in the marination? All the powders and the stuff that we did yesterday. Does everyone remember it on stream? We can let you lead us. Almost bronze. No. It's not bronze. You're doing stellar. You're on target for the dub. In the kitchen, I always do work, not in the kitchen. Come on, don't say those kind of things. Don't let everyone know what I do and I don't.
I should be actually thanking Twitch.
I've started cooking.
I'm going to call Twitch personally and let them know how nice I feel seeing Thor doing some work for me.
You mean some kitchen work? Correction again.
Yes, that's right. That's what I meant.
Okay.
I mean cooking.
Cooking work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that
Great.
mashed enough now?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Can we see the texture?
Okay.
Yeah,
You have to tap the screen for it to focus over there.
that's fine.
Okay. So we got the grinding out of the way. So we add this. I'm going to use my fingers here to put it all
You
inside.
can use a spoon.
Oh, I'm okay with fingers. Indians use fingers a lot. It's Indian cooking, so we can use fingers, right?
Okay.
So,
Grab a spoon.
yeah, I put all of them in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the next marination stuff will go into the chicken after the
Here?
yogurt.
Put it on top.
Yeah.
There we go.
So it's this much. If everyone can see.
One big spoon.
Clean your room for or no desert. Absolutely. Okay. So we'll add some salt to taste.
Okay. I'm trying to remember now. There was also pepper added.
Okay.
Why were
We added some salt.
Why were you smelling it? Did you think it was something else?
That's our traditional way of doing it, so that it doesn't get I don't oversalt it.
Okay.
That's all. Then we add the first ingredient which I talked about, the tandoori masala.
Oh. 2 spoons, right?
Yeah,
Okay, 2 spoons of tandoori masala.
I think 2 tablespoons. Okay.
The pepper. Oh,
The cumin powder.
okay. Well,
1 teaspoon.
yeah. There are 2 types of chili. You got that right. We're coming to that. Swiss and wrap. Thank you. I didn't sneak out. I'm here. If the teacher doesn't ask the question, you don't have to raise your hand, right?
Okay, I put in 1 teaspoon, half teaspoon of garam masala. Then these 2 red chili powders.
Yeah,
go
so
in.
here we come to the 2 red chilies, 50-50 of that. So,
So
1 small
I'm
spoon
using,
of that.
Yeah, for the color,
Yeah.
which is the Kashmiri red chili powder. And depending on your spice level, you can add
Water?
1 teaspoon or
Oh,
half
that's it,
teaspoon.
Yeah. Yeah, be careful with the red chili. Yeah, this one hits hard, guys. So be careful with that one because you don't wanna burn your mouth.
And
Hey,
then I
monkey, how are you doing, monkey? Long time no see.
Then I have a teaspoon of coriander powder.
Okay.
And to add extra spice, I'll just add a dash of black pepper.
A dash of black pepper, she says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ginger, garlic.
This is how it's
Maybe.
looking right now, guys.
And then finally, we need to add the tenderizers now, which is the lemon juice
Okay.
and some oil. So oil, if I'm not mistaken, I think I mentioned
Let me get that camera right.
this is tablespoon. 1, 2.
3. And we
You
stop
can
at
add
3.
4. Yeah.
You can add 4?
Yeah. Okay. Which is the mustard oil.
Okay. Yeah, that bottle yesterday left a few circles on our table. So we're just making sure it's clean.
And then finally we add the juice of a lemon.
If you remember yesterday,
The lemon
guys,
squeezer.
we used a lime. Today we're using a lemon. Just showing you some variations. Do you take the whole half of it and squeeze it, or you do a quarter, or what do you do? All of it?
Half of it, because
Half of it?
it's huge. This lemon is huge, right?
Okay, yesterday we did the whole thing?
The whole
The
thing,
lime?
which was as good as this size. The lime was as
Oh, it was small. Okay, yeah, I get that.
as big as this, the half of this lemon.
Okay. You know the window at the back, I'm going to close down the blind because the light from outside is making everything else in here look dark. So bear with me while I do that.
So here goes our sourness into the chicken, which will tenderize it. And then we need to mix it so well. Keep mixing it so that all the flavors go into the chicken. Look at the color.
Let's look at it.
Because of that tandoori flavor, the tandoori spice. Look at the color. It's orangish, red, muddy like the fall color, the autumn weather we have it here in Canada. It's as good as that color.
Cindy's here. Hey Cindy, welcome. Yeah, so this is just the marination part, Cindy. We're just getting started. It's a repeat of what we did yesterday, a quick repeat of that, a quick recap for people who missed it yesterday. So we're just doing a quick recap of that.
So this chicken, 700 grams is, it's good for a family of 4,
Okay,
for small eaters.
okay.
So
And
this
we are
was
small
the
eaters,
exact amount of chicken we marinated yesterday as well. Exact same marination, exact same amount of the chicken and the spices.
Okay. Do we have to stir this for a certain period of time before?
Not really until
No. You just want
do
to
not
coat
see
it.
the white Greek yogurt in it.
Oh, okay.
So the ginger, garlic needs to be coated. The chicken needs to be coated well with all the spices.
Okay, so you do a good job of it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't see any chicken showing in, the original chicken showing in, and you want to make sure that all the spices are well mixed and everything's adhering
Yeah.
well to it.
What you can do
Yesterday,
is-
we thought that this thing was a little bit dry. What was that you did? You added more oil? What did you do at that time?
Today I added an extra tablespoon of oil.
Okay.
Yesterday I added 3 tablespoons of oil,
Yeah.
whereas today I added 4. So that's why it's shining.
And it's less dry than yesterday. Okay.
Correct.
Got it.
Okay, so this goes into a Ziploc. But again, let me tell you, this chicken can be cooked as like on its own. You can put it.
Oh, I want to do a quick recap on that one because I think we didn't do a good job of it yesterday.
Okay.
Guys, let me, without giving you any history on this, I'm just going to talk through this. So, this chicken that we've got right now, we're going to go a few more steps on this and basically make butter chicken out of it. But as it is right now, this same recipe, you can just stop here. Just stop here. Leave it for about 3 to 4 hours in your fridge for the marination to finish. And what you can do is you can take this and put it in an oven, or you can even put it on a barbecue. And this is chicken tikka right now, ready for you to have on a barbecue or in your oven. We don't recommend a microwave for this, but
you can even put it in your air fryer,
yeah.
390 degrees, cooked for 25 to 30 minutes. And it becomes the healthier version of the tandoori chicken.
Cindy is saying I'm ready.
Also, You can use, this is boneless breast pieces, whereas if you use the
Tandoori
thigh
chicken.
pieces
Yeah.
or the leg pieces, then it becomes the tandoori chicken. But the same marination goes into the tandoori chicken as well. And you can cook it in the oven or in the air fryer. So anytime you can prepare batches of this, put it in, like this is a big Ziploc I'm using to store this batch of chicken. But if you want to actually cook it on a daily basis for your protein on a daily basis, what you can do is you can use smaller Ziplocs and marinate into small batches and store it in the freezer if you want to cook it in a month's time or even on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I would
But
recommend
if
a
you
month.
want to cook on a daily basis, then I would recommend storing this in a Ziploc in the fridge and keep using some of it on a daily basis. But it can be stored at least for 3-4 days.
Yeah, and the same thing applies to, guys, the garlic and ginger paste we made. You can get it ready-made off the market, both of them separate, and then you have to mix them 50-50 or something. The other way is you do all your chopping and ginger and garlic mashing, smashing, create a lot of it, and you can just leave it in the fridge and it stays there for a long time.
Yeah, so question here about the air fryer. Yes, air fryer definitely
Oh,
will
you
work.
turned it the wrong way.
So I've got the Ninja air fryer, which I usually use for both the sides. One side I usually use for the chicken to cook the chicken tikka, which I marinated right now, and then on the other side I use the for the French fries, so it becomes like a full meal. So cooking in an air fryer is definitely a go.
Okay, you guys, you like our kitchen. Thank you very much for those nice comments.
Thank you.
Yeah, and she mentioned that earlier as well. The only reason she cooks in the kitchen is because she likes the kitchen the way it is.
Yeah, if I hadn't got this kind of a kitchen, I don't think I would ever cook. I would ask Vipin to cook all the time then.
Who?
Vip, oh sorry, Tor.
Okay, so now that we've done this, we're gonna let me help you bag this like yesterday.
Yeah, we'll fill up
But
the...
unlike yesterday, please don't dirty my hands. Okay, here we go.
Okay, I can hold the Ziploc and you can...
I'm bad at this. Where are the two
You
spoons?
need to practice.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this here. And I'm gonna go slow. I'm in no rush to get this done. Yesterday she had it all over my hands because she was rushing through everything and I'm like, slow down, the chicken's not running anywhere.
Thor, why are you scared to get your hands dirty?
Um,
Because he's never cooked. Simple answer.
Yeah, I've been spoiled, guys. When you have a wife like that, who's an amazing cook, more important, enjoys cooking, why do I need to go and spoil the show? Let her cook the best of meals for me. She's enjoying it. I do the side work, you know, cut the grass, look after the garden, pay the bills,
Yeah.
play
let me
the
tell you.
game,
He does all of the
Organize-
other stuff. That's
organize
the
all-
reason I'm able to cook good stuff for him.
organize all of you to come here. You know, these big tasks. She does the small one, you know, let me chop the onion. I make the big decisions here. I'm happy doing that.
So I hope we are clear on the marination. Does anyone have any questions related to the marination? This was a recap of the marination. So here we
Should
we
I?
lock the
Do you
Ziploc
need
bag.
these? Do you need these again? Do I wash them or?
And no, I don't need it. So what I need to do is just mix it. It becomes easier for us to actually mix the chicken. That's the reason getting into a Ziploc bag helps. So this will go into the fridge now, either fridge or the freezer, depending on when do you want to cook. So the marination actually happens, you need at least 4 to 6 hours minimum to get all the juices into the chicken, the spices into the chicken. But if you want to actually marinate in the night, you can keep overnight in the fridge, and then early morning, like yesterday we had marinated about in the afternoon, right around.
No, it was around 7 o'clock we started the stream, so by 9 we were done, right?
7 in the morning,
7 in the
evening, sorry,
evening,
yeah.
yeah.
So we actually marinated yesterday around 7ish, and then we are going to cook that batch of chicken in the gravy. So it was a.
Oh, you got the.
This is a repetition of
Arthur
the
said get the
marination.
air out. Did you get the air out?
Yes, I did. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, overnight we'll also do, but 4 to 6 hours is the minimum, I would say.
I mean, if it's lying there longer, it's no harm. But if it's for a shorter period of time, then the cooking takes longer, or the marination is not tenderized it enough. So.
Okay, so here
let's.
goes the batch of chicken
I'm going to
into the
put this
fridge,
in the sink.
and then I'm going to get the marinated chicken from the fridge, which we completed doing yesterday. So this will be our marinated chicken for the butter chicken today.
So how much time did it take us, guys? How long have we been on stream? How much time did it take us end to end to do the marination? Does anyone know? Can you guys check the time we've streamed so far? Oh, it's showing there on my screen. 44 minutes. 44 minutes and 53 seconds. So if you were doing this on your own, usually you can wrap this up in like 30 minutes without, having to explain things. Yeah, I would say 33 minutes. 30 minutes should be enough.
Okay.
Plan ahead. Have this ready like a day ahead. It's always helpful. Maybe a couple of days ahead is good as well.
Also, I want to show you one ingredient which is readily available in the grocery stores. If you don't want to dirty your hands cutting the
Garlic,
ginger
etc.
and garlic paste,
Let me bring it the camera closer.
you can avoid doing that by using the ready ginger garlic paste available in the grocery stores.
Yeah, I think
You can pick up any brand.
Yeah,
This
I
is a
think we
mix
found it.
available already in Indian grocery stores. All right. Here comes the excitement now.
So what are we doing now?
Okay, so we need to chop the tomatoes first.
Okay.
Sure.
Chopping is my job.
Yeah.
So how small do you want
First,
me to
you
chop?
need to wash the tomatoes.
I'm getting rid
So
of the
I've got
stickers.
these huge tomatoes which are called as the hothouse tomatoes. You can use Roma tomatoes as well. So one Roma tomato is equivalent of
1.5. 1.5 Roma
one and a
tomato.
half Roma tomato is equivalent of this tomato, hothouse tomatoes. So I'm using 3, we said 8, right?
Yeah.
So this is 6 and you can use this, yeah. So this is,
No, that is now 6.
yeah, so
1.5,
I need to
1.5,
use 8.
1.5. Oh,
I
okay.
mentioned 8.
Okay.
So
you're
these
going
are
to
5 tomatoes,
wash
yeah.
these up first, guys?
Now comes the real fun, cooking the gravy. That's the most important thing. Chicken, anybody can do it, but the gravy is, you need to create an authentic way of making that gravy. So for gravy, while Tor is getting the tomatoes washed, I can go over the ingredients with you. So this is an optional ingredient, which is the cashews.
Yeah. It's not focused, I think.
They're dry cashews. Some of it, we don't need too many. Again, we'll use the fenugreek, dry fenugreek leaves.
Get on
Once
my that
again.
side. I'll move on this side so I'm not obstructing the view. You can move the whole box there if you need to.
Yeah, but the major ingredients is the tomatoes.
How do you want the tomatoes cut? How big?
Cut into small pieces,
How small is small?
like an inch size. Don't be lazy, Thor.
No, I'm just trying to ask what size. I'm not being lazy. Just need to know before I get started and I cut it too fine or too big. Always good to know where you're headed, right? It's like if you know where the ring is, you know how to get there easier. If you don't know where the second ring is, you're struggling in the game of Apex, right, guys? So do I need to really, like you want me to cut it into really fine chopped portions, or this size is okay now? Like
This size is actually no cut into half.
Like
I would,
this?
yeah, I would
Horizontal?
suggest cutting into half.
Okay, you can bring the camera so they can. Then tap on the screen for the focus. Yeah. Okay. One
So
down.
those
Where do I
were-
put these now?
How many tomatoes? 5 tomatoes, correct?
This is one so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you want me to throw it? I mean, dump it.
What do you mean dump it?
After
It is
chopping, I
out
need
on the
space.
chopping board
I need space here.
and get all the tomatoes in. The chopped
We
tomatoes
have to
into
create
the board.
space in game and out of game too.
They look very colorful.
Monkey, you're leaving, I guess. Well, we hope to. You can watch the VOD when you come back some other time. The VOD's going to be there. Have a nice one. Thank you very much, Monkey, for being here. So, I love tomatoes. I eat them raw all the time. Did you know one good fun fact about, it's not a fun fact, it's a medicinal property of tomatoes. And this is, I'm not a doctor or any by any means, but I remember my sister when we were very young, she had tapeworms in her stomach or intestines, right? And you won't believe we couldn't get rid of them. All the medicines we tried, we couldn't get rid of them. What finally worked was eating one full raw tomato, empty stomach every morning for a week, and we lost all the tapeworms after that. It was an amazing cure. I still remember it so vividly. You know, tomatoes are really have a lot of good medicinal properties as well. Okay, I'm gonna go. I think we should have maybe benefited from doing this before the stream, just a thought. But I'm okay doing it on stream. How many of you know another Indian cuisine, guys? Like, have you cooked any other Indian dish before? Anyone in chat? Have you cooked any other Indian dish before? I mean, we're doing the chicken, butter chicken. Anything else you guys have cooked before in chat? Chickpea masala? Oh, that is amazing. So there is a chickpea version, a fast food version of it. It's called chole bhature. Sorry, chaat. It's called as
Chana masala.
chana chaat. Chana
I
chaat.
think the next dish I'm going to cook is the chana masala. Because
Okay.
that's a very popular dish
Vegetarian.
amongst all the North Americans. After the butter chicken, they like having chana masala. So I'm going to cook that.
Oh, you're already
Any
planning for the next one?
recommendations for any other dish?
You already got a plan for
I
the
think
next
so.
stream?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Guys? Guys? This lady here who never wanted to come in front of the camera for the last whatever X amount of time that I've been playing this game now wants to have her next stream already planned ahead in time. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. Weekly? No way weekly. I can't deal with that. Maybe, you know what, Swiss? Maybe once in 2 weeks sounds like something that might be appetizing, right?
Okay, I need to
Well, it depends on how many people want to see more Indian food cooked, right? If there's a lot of people asking for more and more and more, then we might increase the streams slowly. But to begin with, this is what we'll do, I think, is let's get this one out. Let's make sure people like it. And then, if you guys enjoyed it and want some more, instead of us thinking about it right now, why don't you guys think about what you want to see cooked next? Maybe you've heard of a nice Indian dish and you want to see that cooked because you always wanted to make it. Let us know. But going back to my korma before, you bought. No, I was talking about cooking here. Have you guys cooked anything Indian dish before?
Daily streams, wow.
Daily streams.
I wish.
Yeah, we'll have to all give up our jobs here if you're going to do daily streams. I am not ready to retire from work yet.
Korma, okay. So is it a South Indian korma? You're talking about like gravy in a along like mixed with some coconut curry? Is that what you mean, Rabmani?
Oh, I had a question for
It was
Brad.
gravy and rice. Okay.
I'm gonna wash this chopping board. Brad, yesterday you were asking about some rice. Did you mean jeera rice by any chance?
Yeah, I think Rabmani, you typed in some. I think you were asking about rice, right? I know the type of rice we will be cooking today is basmati rice, but the dish itself is called as the jeera rice. Jeera rice means jeera is Jeera, which is the cumin rice, the whole cumin rice, along mixed with some spices. Okay. And
So-
I've got some other ingredients just to let you know. For
Show it close to the camera. Let me wash my
apart
hands.
from the
Let me wash my
tomatoes, we have got cinnamon stick, cardamom, the big cardamom,
hands. Let me get closer. Okay.
the small cardamom, one big cardamom, two small cardamoms, some bay leaves, 2 or 3 cloves.
What is this used for?
This will go into the gravy. So all that dry garam masala base. So this garam masala which I showed you before is the powdered version, whereas these are the whole spices.
Okay, so this is not on our recipe list or ingredient list.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I think we missed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has cinnamon, bay leaves, small cardamom, big cardamom, and cloves, and black pepper, whole black pepper. Depends on your spice level. You can add a pinch of everything.
So why do we add this? What's
just
the
to
reason?
get that flavor, the
The
rich
aroma,
flavor.
the
Yeah,
flavor? Okay.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what is a korma. So I think, yeah, we can talk about it later once we finish the butter chicken. We'll come back to the korma.
Just
Okay.
remind us,
Yeah.
Brad, we'll talk about other things, other questions that you have. Yes, absolutely.
So these spices will go into the gravy. The tomatoes will go into the gravy. The cashews, like I said before, they will get into the gravy as well. These are optional, but this basically enriches the taste as well as the luxury. Basically, the gravy will get very rich and thick and heavier.
So if you want some light food, guys, just point. Don't use cashew if you want some light Indian food, because adding cashew makes the food a little bit heavy on your stomach. Just laying it out there.
Yeah.
It's good to have. It's an optional thing. Most
Restaurants will carry along with the cashew.
Yeah, most restaurants
the
will
gravy.
put in the cashew nuts, but people like us who are conscious, health conscious, etc., we avoid it if we can. We put very little of it just to get the the texture there and the flavor there. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, so now what? Onion
Okay.
chopping? Wow, how come you're chopping it?
It's fine. It's fine. While you were talking, I said, let me do this.
So we're chopping a onion behind us right here. It's a small piece of it. Shows the size before you cut
Just
it.
one onion. You wash
It's a
it
small
with it.
baby onion, seems like. Not a big one. Sorry, my camera.
It's just one small onion.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. This will also go into the gravy. so it will get cooked. Why don't you turn on the fire?
No. Uh-oh.
I think. बंद कर दिया क्या तुमने?
Yeah, I switched it off. I didn't know if it was accidentally lying on or not.
Okay, we'll turn it on.
Okay, so do you want me to stay the camera here or move it there, or you can go into a split view too?
Okay, let's just get started on the gravy now.
Thought we were on the
So
gravy
I
for that.
have a pan.
Oh, okay, so we're switching there. Let me move it there. So we have a deep pan here. It's a kadai, that's what it's called in Hindi. Kadai. It looks
And
like this. I think you guys might have seen something like this even for noodle cooking. There's a round bottom one, you can have a flat bottom.
it's
doesn't matter.
actually a wok. Wok.
A wok?
Yeah.
A wok.
Like an Indian version of the wok.
Okay. So we got that going on the with some water inside it. What's the water there for?
Just to clean it up.
Oh, just to
Because I
clean
cook
it
a
up.
lot of other stuff. So just to get that smell out.
Okay. So the mic is there. We'll have to talk there and turn our backs. So I don't know.
Okay.
Just waiting for the water to dry up. We just cleaned up the dish. So yeah, the reason we have to dry anything for Indian cooking is because we put oil. And if you have oil and water in the same pan, if you have oil and water in the same pan, basically you don't want the oil flying all over
Yeah,
your
it is
face,
splatter.
right? So it's dangerous to have water when you're going to be pouring oil inside a utensil.
So a very important tip, if you are using cooking oil,
Go ahead.
I'm using corn oil.
Show us, show us. There we go. Okay.
This has a heating point of 400 degrees. Along with that, never cook just in plain butter. Whenever you're adding butter,
Top there. So
always make sure that you're adding the oil as well, so that the butter doesn't get burnt.
Okay.
That's the,
How much oil did you put?
Tip.
No one, you didn't say that.
it depends. I mean, I do it like,
How much did
this
you
one
put?
was like one
We need measurements,
spatula.
right?
Yeah, one spatula, I can show you. This much.
Okay, well, we should have used that then.
Yeah, about 4 tablespoons and 1.5 tablespoon of butter.
That one full spatula or little bit more than that is what she,
Yeah.
amount of oil she put, and how much butter did you put? You need to slow down and show people before you drop it in.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry,
no,
I'm so
it's
used to
okay.
cooking.
Yeah, she's in self-cooking mode instead of show cooking mode.
Okay. So once the butter gets melted,
Okay.
I'm going to turn on the fan as well.
Put on the lighter on.
Yeah.
So what are we doing now? What are
So
we
we'll
waiting
add
for?
these spices, the
All of
dry
them?
spices. Yeah.
Okay. What next? Are you planning?
Once the aroma, if you would be able to smell the aroma of the spices.
Okay.
Once that's out, then you can add the onions.
I think what we should do is announce things that we're about to do before we do them.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
The flame is full high. Don't get close to it.
That's okay. I'm fine.
We are cooking these onions and tomatoes just to get the smell out. It gets cooked. That's the intent. And then after which we are going to blend it. But we are cooking the onions just to get rid of that raw onion smell.
Mani, you need
In
to
the
turn
oven.
and talk at the camera, and because the mic is also there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go and stand there so you know where the mic is, and you can turn and talk instead of looking away. There we go.
So Swissberg, I'm going to add the cashews while the gravy is getting cooked. So after I added the onions, the dry spices, I'm going to add the tomatoes, after which the cashews will be added to it. Then it will get cooked, the cashews along with the tomatoes, the onions and the spices. And once it is cooked, then we are going to blend it. That's the idea behind it. So the onion is almost cooked. We are adding the tomatoes now.
Let's show them first how much you cooked it. Okay, so it started getting pink or not?
Yeah, you can see the little orangish
Tinge to the
okay,
tomato?
yeah. Then we have this.
So once you start getting the orange tinge to the onions, that's time to throw in the tomatoes, guys.
And you can turn on the flame, full high flame.
Guys, is this noise from the exhaust fan too loud or something? How many tomatoes? All of them, all that we cut, all the big 5 that we cut. We just threw
This
all of
size,
them.
5 of this
Oh,
size.
it's here, it's here, it's here.
The 5 of this size.
So if you're using Roma tomatoes, she said that you can use about 8.
Yeah.
But if you're using these big
Hot
ones,
house tomatoes, 5.
about 5
this.
of them.
For 700 grams of chicken. If you want a nice gravy. But if you want to skip having too much gravy, then avoid putting too many tomatoes. But I would do 8 tomatoes. At least 8 Roma tomatoes. You know what? Good. You're keeping me too busy. I forgot to turn on the oven.
Oven? Why do
While
you need
we
the
are
oven?
cooking the gravy, we are going to be cooking the chicken.
No one can hear you. You have to come here and talk. Okay? We'll wait for her to come
We
back and
have
talk.
to turn on the oven.
Okay, come here and talk because I don't think anyone heard anything you said because you were there, not here.
So while the tomatoes, the gravy is being cooked, I'm going to turn on the oven, which is
Manvi, no one can hear you. You have to come here and talk, please.
1 minute.
Before you do something, please talk.
So while we are cooking the gravy for the butter chicken, I turned on the oven. Actually, that step should have been before we start cooking the gravy. So turn on your oven for 400 degrees.
What if you don't have a big oven like this? What do you do?
Like I said, use the air fryer. There
The
are
air
options
fryer.
available.
Okay.
Or you can use it even do a pan cooking, like a griddle cooking.
So Manvi,
Yeah, once
Slow
you
down.
I'll get a griddle for you.
Okay.
I can show you.
she's
variation.
moving so fast and she's so distracted with the food right now. The food
I can
is so
show
good.
you the variation.
Okay.
Okay, or I can do that later, no problem.
Yeah. So let's talk first.
Yeah.
Let everyone become aware of what you're about to do.
Okay.
Give them some background. So what are we going to use the oven for? I don't even
Oven-
know that.
You have to actually cook the chicken.
Oh, the chicken doesn't go
That-
in the pan over
no,
there?
no. The chicken has to be cooked separately in a pan.
Okay. See,
in
we
the
didn't know
oven.
that.
In the oven. Sorry. I thought you guys know about this.
No, we don't know anything. We're first time cooks here. Come on.
Sorry.
Okay, so while this is cooking, you're saying throw the chicken in the oven.
Correct.
Okay, so all of the chicken?
Yes. At
And
400 degrees.
so what are you doing? Let's see.
I am placing a parchment paper.
Oh,
In
you
the-
hear her?
in,
Grab? That's good. I thought no one could hear her because her mouth is turned away from the mic and everything.
So this is the yesterday's batch of marination chicken.
You have to look here, not there.
You focus on the chicken here.
Okay.
I'm going to let the chicken.
So did
get
anything
into the
change?
pan.
Should anything change? Like when you actually packed it versus now you're taking it out?
Nothing.
Are you expecting a
It's
color
fully done.
change or anything?
Nothing
No,
really.
nothing. So you don't
It's
know.
just that the chicken will become flavorful now.
Okay.
You can get rid of the Ziploc bag and you can spread it out so that it cooks evenly. All the pieces, the chunk pieces, needs to be spread out evenly. See, I see less oil from yesterday's batch, so I'm going to add on top of this. So if you are looking for a healthier version,
How do we know if the oil is less or more?
I don't see that shine what I saw in today's batch.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some mustard oil on top of it before putting it in the oven.
With a brush, or how do you just pour it?
You
How
can,
do you-
I pour it usually, but I can always use the brush.
Okay. When we go through the, if we don't have a brush, we can use, we can just take a spoon to put a drop on each one of them.
No, I do have the brush. Yeah.
No, if so, no, somebody doesn't have a brush at home, what
Yeah.
do they use?
Just pour it on the top, like I am doing.
Oh. We can even use a spoon for this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you want to brush it off,
Want it remove all the masala on it that we marination stuff? No?
it has gone in now, so nothing will come out.
Okay.
See, you got to have that shine. I mean, we want the chicken to be cooked in oil,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Otherwise, it'll get burnt out if it doesn't have enough oil to cook. Right?
Okay.
Okay, I think we are done with this. Once the oven is getting preheated right now. I have turned it on for $400 on the convection.
$400.
400 degrees Fahrenheit, sorry. My bad.
So we put it to 400 degrees centigrade. Nothing is in Fahrenheit.
No, it's not centigrade,
It's Fahrenheit. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
I think 400 degrees is 290 Celsius.
Okay.
Yeah. To
So-
400 F Fahrenheit is 290 Celsius.
Okay. So that's what you set it, and for how long do we need
It's
to cook?
preheating right now, but
Okay.
usually I would cook it for at least 20 to 30 minutes.
20 to 30
Anywhere
minutes.
between to 20 to 30 minutes depending on the size of the chunk pieces.
And what do you do while that is cooking? I
So
mean,
while that is cooking, that's when I start cooking the gravy.
Gravy.
Because the gravy usually takes about 20 minutes to cook.
Okay, multitasking here, guys.
Yeah.
Need to multitask. So throw the chicken in the oven and start preparing for the gravy. That's the idea. How much time does it usually take to make the gravy?
20 minutes. 20
Okay.
to 30 minutes.
Okay, so around
So
the
I
same
added,
time.
yeah.
So we
Let's
got,
add some-
hold on. So we threw some oil in there. We put the butter in there. We put some onions in there.
Spices, onions,
Spices
and some
and then
tomatoes.
onions. The onions went
Little.
a little pinkish,
Yeah.
and then you put in all the tomatoes, the 5 tomatoes. that
Make
you
sure
chopped.
you do not overcook the onions, otherwise the gravy will turn red. So
Don't
they should
over-
not be brown.
Okay, so don't let the onions go brown. As soon as you see the color changing, guys, from white to a slight tint of pink, that's when you wanna throw in the tomatoes quickly. And now what are you doing? When do you put this in?
After about 5-10 minutes, you know when the tomatoes are getting softer and being cooked.
Okay,
So while they
so
are being cooked, I'm actually adding some cashews.
you're basically telling us that once you put the tomatoes in, it's time to put the cashew in once you feel that the tomatoes have lost some bit of water and starting to get a little bit cooked, like softer or something?
Yeah, you can see the water
Okay, yeah.
which is coming out of the tomatoes.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
means it's being cooked,
Okay.
right? But we
Yeah.
wanted to cook it further, so we are adding the cashews right now.
Did we put salt and all that in this, or
No,
did
we are going to add that later.
Later.
First, let me cook the
cashews
so
already in here?
cashews. I'm putting like a medium quantity. I'm not enriching the gravy.
Okay.
So just for the texture, I'm
Okay.
adding some cashews to it.
Okay.
So I would let it cook. In fact, so what you can do is you can lower the heat, like
Heat.
medium flame,
So
and let it cook.
hold on a second. We have a question. Um,
Oh, is it 205 Celsius? So
That-
Dragmani, so medium flame to cook right now after you put the cashews.
Before that?
Before that it was in high flame for about 10 minutes and then you can again turn it on to medium flame.
Okay.
I mean we don't want the tomatoes and the onions to be burnt, right?
So when your tomatoes are, what am I saying here? When your tomatoes are like about soft and the water started coming out, lower the flame and now.
Lower it to medium flame and
Okay.
add the cashews.
So everything you did before that was on high flame.
Correct.
Okay, good. Great.
But we don't want the tomatoes to be burned. So make sure that you keep mixing while you're actually putting in the chicken.
Okay.
Or while you're preparing the chicken to go into the oven.
Okay.
So this is the chicken, marinated chicken, like the tandoori chicken or the Mughlai chicken or the chicken tikka bone, which goes into the oven to get into 90% cooked. And that's the gravy being cooked on the gas there. And we'll see after which both gets cooked.
So we leave this thing on here on medium for how long?
So keep mixing. You will see even the cashews will get softer.
Oh.
Yeah, because they are actually into the water of the tomatoes, right? The tomatoes
Juice.
tomato juices are coming off, right? And it's turning into a gravy.
So do you mash them with your spoon or spatula or whatever?
Yeah, you can just mix it so that it cooks evenly. Keep mixing it from time to time.
Okay.
And now you can add salt to taste. So make sure that you're not putting over salting.
For this amount of tomato and whatever this gravy that you have, how much of salt is like medium level salt?
So salt is as much as you need only to cook the tomatoes. That's it. You should not be over salting it just because you have already the salt in the chicken available to you.
Oh, so
So you are actually better off putting less salt and then you can add it in later if needed.
Okay, because you already put salt in the marination.
Correct.
Okay.
And sometimes the roasted cashews also have salted. So if you're buying salted cashews, then it keeps adding the salt amount.
Oh, so
So be careful about all those things. Keep that in mind.
We're using plain cashews, but if you get salted cashews, be
The
careful
roasted
with the
ones.
salt again. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. What next? What can we do now?
Let it cook.
Okay.
You can chat now. We have to
So-
add some spices at a later stage once the tomatoes and the cashews are softer and ready to blend in.
Okay. Uh-oh. Guys, any other questions here from you? I'm trying to preempt your questions, and because I am as new a cook as you guys, I have a lot of questions, as you can hear me asking her, right? Because what I don't want to be doing is next time when she makes me do the cooking as a test, like you guys put in her mind now, I'm sure that test is coming. So when that day comes, I'm not struggling. So I'm asking all the questions that come to my mind so I can do a good job of it, right? Of course, for the luxury I have is that I have her here, so I can always ask her. Any other question in your mind? I'm just gonna take a quick. No questions at this time. Okay.
But Swissberg is right. 205 Celsius is right.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Swiss must have Googled it right now. So we did a lot of things. I'm going to do a quick recap of what we did, and correct me if I'm saying something wrong there, because we're still waiting for this whole thing to cook. So we did a recap of the marination that we already covered yesterday. Then we started with the gravy, and we started with chopping the onions, the tomatoes. It was one small onion. There was a lot of tomatoes. We put some oil in the container over there on a high flame. We added some butter to it, and then we dropped in the spices, the leaves and the cardamom and
Whole spices.
the what's that thing called?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon leaves.
Those are the cinnamon sticks.
Yeah, so we threw them in there a little bit. Once they started cooking and we started getting the aroma of it, then we threw in the tomatoes. Oh no, we put the onions first. So we put the onions first, and then when the onions just started changing color, still on high flame, then we threw in the tomatoes, left it at high flame, kept cooking the tomato until it started dropping out the water, and until it started getting slightly softer. At that point, we dropped the flame from high to medium. Now remember guys, our flame that we're using here is the biggest flame on the gas top. It's not a small flame, it's the circle, the gas ring is quite big, it's quite big. So we are not doing it on the biggest one. Perfect.
The
So,
only step we missed, I think, it was turning on the oven to preheat.
okay, the pre.
Yeah, that's why I think there's a wastage of time. So we should have done it before.
Okay.
I forgot about it.
So is the preheating now almost done?
Not yet. We are at 320 right now, but another 5 minutes it'll be ready for
Okay.
the chicken to go in.
Cool. Let's take a quick look at the gravy one more time now that we've done our recap. Can we see? Are we allowed to
Sure,
see?
sure, sure.
Shall
So
I
what we
open the
need is
lid?
we put in some salt, right?
Slow.
The reason we put the salt,
Let's show them this and then we'll prepare them for the next one. Wow, that's simmering very well now, as you guys can see. It's still on medium flame, guys. So yeah, Mali, what are we going to do next on this? I see you pick up some bottles. So can you
Yeah.
explain before we
so
move forward?
we are going to be adding the red chili powder depending on your spice
Which one, the
level.
spicy one or the non-spicy one?
This is the spicy one again.
Okay, how much are you
I'm
putting?
putting like half a teaspoon.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. And what's the other thing you're putting?
The garam masala again. Although I put the garam masala, whole garam masala spices, I'm still going to be adding the powder as well, half teaspoon.
Okay.
Okay.
Why did
Then-
we add more here?
Just to get that rich flavor again.
So
The
we
spice
already
flavor.
put. So didn't we already put this? Hold on. What is that?
This is the Kashmiri red chili powder which gives the color again.
Oh, for the color.
Yeah. It's not spicy, so don't get scared of adding it in.
Okay.
Okay.
But my question is, if we already added all of this to the marination, do we need to put it again here? in
Of
the
course,
pan?
that's for the chicken and this is for the gravy.
Oh.
Yeah. And one most important ingredients. I mean, this has created a very sour taste in this gravy,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So in order to get the balance of the salt, the sourness, we are going to be adding 2 teaspoons of sugar.
Sugar.
Yes. To get
Sugar.
that sweet flavor.
Oh my God. I
If
never
you have
imagined
if you
that.
have tasted the restaurant style butter chicken,
Yeah.
it tends to be a little sweet. So medium flame again, make sure that you're mixing it well, the sugar, the spices, and I'm also going to add some cardamom powder.
Cardamom
think
powder
I
is
have
there. It's over there outside. I think you took it out.
I
didn't
saw
you?
it.
One of those bottles over there.
No, it's a small bottle.
Cardamom powder.
Cardamom powder, the green cardamom powder I'm talking about, which is again, I
Oh.
have it
What?
ground.
Oh, is this elaichi? Is that what you call
It's
it?
elaichi, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what? How much of that can you measure it in a spoon for everyone?
Like 1 pinch, that's it.
One
You
pinch.
get that flavor. You know the aroma of the cardamom?
Okay.
It's super, super rich. You want to see the texture of the cardamom powder? The green cardamom powder.
Let's get in close.
I have actually ground this at home. So what I did was I roasted the green cardamoms in a
Okay.
pan, in a dry pan, and I ground it. So that's homemade.
Okay.
So I think we are ready for the oven.
Oh, okay.
The
let's take a
chicken
quick look.
is ready to go in.
Okay, that's at 375 right now.
Yeah, it's convection, so it heats up to 375. So,
Okay.
okay, so it goes in the middle rack here.
On the middle rack.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm just closing it.
Okay.
Set the timer in for about 30 minutes. That's it. Leave it for the next 30 minutes and focus on the gravy.
Okay, so we just threw in the chicken, guys, for 30 minutes at about 375 convection, 400 non-convection.
So you'll notice the cashews are actually
Beginning to soften up.
beginning to soften. So it's easier to grind the whole gravy.
What?
We are going to put it in the blender now
What?
to get it into a gravy form.
Oh, I thought this was it.
No way. Are you going to eat raw tomatoes like this? No way.
I thought you just...
Butter chicken is all about that.
So
rich
we're not
gravy.
putting it there and mashing it with our hands or
No way, no way. I'm going to use the blender.
anything? You're going to use the blender then.
So either you can use a hand blender, but I think the best way to do is use the blender. I'm using the Vitamix blender.
Okay. Good. Hey, big blender.
See the color. I mean, I just love the rich color in this orangish color.
Nice.
It's because of the tomatoes, the spices, the red chili.
Guys, I don't know about you, but from here,
Looks very tempting.
it looks tempting and I can start to smell it now. Oh my god, this is so flavorful. My... Oh, nice aroma. Nice aroma coming out of it, guys. Very nice aroma coming out of it. So I'm putting the camera here for a second, so if you want to talk. Oh, I don't know what I did. I did something stupid.
It's
I
turning
did-
upside down.
Yeah, I did something stupid. There we go.
Yes, of course not. We are not putting anything hot into the blender. But you know what? Luckily, I have the Vitamix. Vitamix actually is a heavy duty blender, and I can actually literally cook soup in this blender. I don't have to use the gas, but actually Vitamix has a lot of recipes available to cook soups. So I don't think it should be a problem. But again, you're using a regular blender like KitchenAid or not cooking in a blender. It is
Mashing
basically blending it in the mix.
So this particular blender that we are using, Grab Money, is a blender which you can make soups directly in.
Yeah.
So if you take a mix of whatever different kind of vegetables, etc., and throw it in this blender, and you spin it at highest speed, it actually
A soup.
makes the soup ready for you in minutes, and it's hot soup. Yeah, it's amazing, this Vitamix one. It works as a blender, it works as a soup maker, it works as a so many
Smoothie maker.
smoothie maker.
Or even dry powder like rice. If you want to actually blend the like dry roast it or wet grind it, everything is available by using the Vitamix.
So if you
So
were
I
not,
think we are done
if you
cooking
were,
the tomato. If you see,
okay, let's go back there.
yeah, it's getting dried out. All the tomatoes have been cooked thoroughly.
Okay, so
And
pumping.
we
Okay,
can
pump.
turn off the gas,
Okay.
and I'm going to place it on the next flame just because the flame is not on,
Okay.
because that flame was very hot, so I had to take it off from that flame just to cool it faster. So I leave it for some time while the chicken is getting cooked,
Okay.
and then when the chicken is almost ready, I'm going to put this while it gets cold,
Okay.
After a few minutes, 5-8 minutes, I'm going to put it in the blender.
Okay. So we are letting that chill a little bit, letting it cool down, not putting really hot
Now
stuff
you can
in.
have your chat. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, chat doesn't seem to have any questions here. I'm the one asking all the questions. I think we got a few good ones though, like are you going to blend this hot? How can you put a hot thing inside that blender? All those are good.
Yeah, I would say let it sit for a bit. Yes, for a proper cool down, and then blend it. Otherwise, you will run out of the blender.
You'll
It'll
just
blow
spoil.
up. It'll blow up. Actually.
Yeah, you'll spoil your blender basically.
Yeah.
It'll overheat, and that's what she
Yeah.
means. Not blow up, but here it might get burnt out or something. Right?
And you can always use this blender as well. So
Okay, she's showing
I
us
think
something.
It's called as I don't know, small smoothie mixer. What is it called? I'm not too sure.
I don't know which one you're talking
It's a
about.
personal smoothie maker. I don't know. I think the brand name is Magic Bullet. Correct. You can use the Magic Bullet as well. But what you need to do is you'll have to actually blend the sauce into multiple batches because it's small. It's a small container. But let it cool down. Don't use the Magic Bullet with the hot, just out of the flame cooked gravy. Be careful on that.
Okay, so while we are waiting for that, is there something else we can do, like start on the raita?
We can actually start cooking the rice as well. Let's do multitasking.
Okay, no, what about the raita? You want to do it
Raita
last?
also we can do. What you can do is while I'm taking the rice out and talking about the rice thing, you can actually grate the cucumber for me.
Okay, give me the grating thingy. Whatever the grate is called.
So I'm going to actually make a condiment which is like a side dish for the butter chicken and the rice to go with. So I have this handheld grater which Thor will be using to grate the cucumber.
And where do you
If you
want it in
can
a
peel
container?
this plastic out,
Yeah,
wash it, and then I want you to grate it.
Yeah, too much of washing.
While I'm actually taking the rice out. To be
I mean, the water is so wet. And then you have to sit down and dry everything after that. So, what's the point? Okay, come on. Has to be an easier way of doing this.
So I have some basmati rice. This is the one I use, which is easily available in the Indian groceries. I'm going to cook 2 cups of rice. So we can have a full meal instead of just cooking butter chicken.
How much is 2 cups of rice equal to? I mean, for how many people? Is it for 4 people?
I would say for 4 people, yes.
But usually you
Can I get the
always.
scissor, Vipin?
The scissor is
Where
here.
is the scissor?
I don't know. It
Did you
was
put it somewhere?
usually in the drawer. I didn't use it yet.
Sorry guys, give me 1 minute. I'm looking for the scissor. You need to peel as well the
Okay.
cucumber. Okay, I managed to open.
So wash it first.
So this, sorry. Yeah, you can wash the cucumber. I don't need both the cucumbers, so I just need one.
Oh. I need both. Oh.
So this is 1 cup of rice, basmati rice, which I talked about. And then here goes my 2nd cup of rice. I think I'm going to cook 3, and if there's some left over, we can have it tomorrow. Alright.
Okay. Well, while she's doing the rice and she washes the rice grain, etc., I'm getting started here, guys, on the raita. That's what we call it. On the raita, this one is the cucumber version of raita. Raita comes in various different forms. There's the bundi raita, there's the cucumber raita, there's one with onion and tomatoes that we have with other like mutton dishes. So every food item that you prepare, usually there's a preferred raita that goes with it. Raita is basically plain yogurt. You liquefy it a little bit by pouring a little bit of water in it, so it gets like thinner and more malleable, like not too watery but just enough. And then you put things inside it like tomatoes, onions, a lot of spices and salt and sea salt and those kind of things go in, and you basically make a nice yogurt based, it's not a dip, it's a side dish that you eat along with the food that we are going to be cooking. So usually for mutton or meat, not the chicken, for meat, usually it's a combination of onion, tomatoes, bundi, those kind of things. Because this is chicken, we are doing something which goes better with chicken, which is this cucumber based raita. It's not a dip, it's something we eat with a spoon, the raita. So I'm gonna get peeling on this one first. I need to chop it, of course.
So while Tor is peeling the cucumber, just I forgot to mention, the butter chicken can be had with bread, meaning like naan, which is served in the restaurants. It comes in different flavors. The naans come in different flavors, called as garlic naan, onion naan, or even a plain naan.
Butter
I have
naan.
those frozen naans available in my freezer. I will take them out and show you how to do the prep work for the naan on the side for the butter chicken while I'm cooking the rice as well. So rice, what I did was I washed the rice, 3 cups of rice, and I soaked it in full pot of water. Let it stay there for another 10 minutes while we are making the raita. The rice absolutely needs to be soaked before cooking because
It won't be soft.
because of the rice basically will grow, the grains will grow bigger if you soak it for about 10-15 minutes before cooking. So that's another additional tip I give you.
Yeah, so basically she's saying is don't take the rice and start cooking it. Let it rest in water for a little bit, because that soaking actually helps the rice absorb the water, get a little bit larger, and you want slightly longer, bigger chunks of grains of rice as opposed to sticky rice. So
They're actually feeling funny to watch you. Enjoying it, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to change the water before I put it on the gas flame. Yes.
So
The soaked water needs to be, I need to get rid of the soaked water. Yes.
let's talk about this now. I'm going to zoom focus the camera here. Which grate should I use now? I've got this side. This side. Come on here. You have to help me here. Which side?
So the bigger one.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, correct. This one.
This side? Okay. So we've got different. This is really finely chopped, guys. Here, fine grain. That's a medium grain, and this is really big, and this is big. So we're going to use this one. It will create long shards of this. So let me show you when I do it. Should I do it in the bowl? Yeah, there's water in it.
Yeah, it's okay because we are going to add the yogurt.
Okay. I'm grating this, guys. I'm going to show you some results quickly before finishing it all up. So, as you can see now, that's the size. Okay. The rusty size. Okay. I'll take your word for it. I don't know better Swiss, that language. I'm not a cook.
What's that meant to be? KEKVW. What's that? What does that
KQ
mean?
is, it's not showing up, it means laughter.
Okay.
It's
Like LOL?
it's an icon which is supposed to show up, but it's not showing up. It's showing as KQ. So it's supposed to show a person laughing. It's supposed to show a person laughing.
Laughing. Okay. Roasty side. Okay. It's a Swiss dish where you call it hash browns, I think.
Roasty, you know, roasty chick. We've had roasty
Yeah, it's
cheese.
almost like a hash brown. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, having
I
roasty
managed to do
is a-
all of this without cutting my own hand. So
You
nice.
remember the roasty we used to have?
Yeah, roasty pasta.
Yeah, it
right?
was one of our favorite dishes, but I think that restaurant closed down. We love having the roasty along with some chicken or even fish on the side and some salad. Yeah, we love having that.
We still have it at IKEA. I think roasty is still available in IKEA, I think.
I guess so. Yeah, I think it's a new dish introduced by them. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I got all of it. Is this enough?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, let's show them the finished piece of art. Tap,
Well grated.
tap. There's no focus till you tap it. Just point and tap. Yeah. That's the
Well
finished
done,
artwork,
Paul.
guys. Just trying to get everything out of it. Tap again. Okay, I managed to do this without hurting my fingers, which is a good thing.
I think now,
What do we need
while
to do?
you're cooking the raita, I'm going to put the rice on the gas.
Let's show
Yeah.
everyone, yeah? No worries. Let's show it to everyone. I'll bring the camera around.
Where's the rice?
Okay.
Okay, so here's a pot for the rice to be cooked.
Okay. Let's see. So this is the rice in water.
The rice soaked in water.
Okay.
Plain water. I'm draining the soaked water. The idea is to remove the starch from the rice.
So it cleans the rice and removes some extra starch from it. That's the idea.
You can always cook the rice in a rice cooker, but I prefer to cook it on the gas flame.
And what are we cooking? What kind of rice are we cooking? The jeera rice that Dramani mentioned?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you actually gave her that idea yesterday by asking a question.
That's done. We take the pot and the rice. Turn on the gas flame.
Okay, you want me to turn it on?
Full flame.
Full flame.
Yeah, we'll add some oil.
There we go.
Once the
What are we putting?
we're putting some oil.
So can we talk about things before we do them? Thank you. Because I can cook it later if you ask me to, if I miss something. So you'll have to talk to me before you do it.
I'm planning on going on a vacation now. I have taught you enough cooking.
Guys, this is working against all my... Trying to do a fun stream here and it's turning out to be against me now.
Okay, so I'm going to add 2 spatulas of the rice. Okay, depends on your preference how much oil you need. Sometimes people use a lot of oil, but I use moderate. Okay, so again coming back to the spices,
What are we doing here?
I'm going to add the cinnamon stick.
To what? To the rice?
I have a spice box available.
Okay.
If you can actually show them.
I am.
This is our Indian cultural spice box just for the garam masalas, the whole garam masalas. Okay, the first thing you need to do is add some cumin. When the oil is heated up, see it starts about 1 teaspoon, 1 black cardamom, 1 small cardamom,
Speak louder.
small black peppers, again
Oh,
1 clove
didn't like that.
and 1 cinnamon. Sorry, I'm running out of the bay leaves, so I don't have that anymore.
But you
what
can
is
add a
required.
little
You can
bit of
add,
bay
yeah.
leaves, okay.
So I have a different box for
The
my
powder
powders
stuff.
actually,
Wow.
which is a trick thing. Like I don't need to open each and every bottle. I just use the spice box to quickly add everything, whatever I need.
Okay, what's happening
And
here?
then,
It's beginning to pop.
yeah, I add in the rice. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you add in the
Water
water into the
to
oil.
oil.
So be careful. So just strain the water. Just use the rice. You can go in. Okay, mix the rice. The idea behind doing this is basically
Speak louder, please.
you're frying the rice before it gets cooked. So it's shallow fry, so that each ingredient stays apart. Each rice, a grain of rice stays apart, not ingredient. Sorry, my bad.
How long are we going to stir this?
About 3-4 minutes, and then
No,
we
no,
can
stir
add-
it. I mean, we're done? That's
yeah,
it?
almost done, and we can add the water. So what the water content basically, there were 3 cups of this. This is the measurement I had. 3 cups of
markers
rice.
on it, right?
Yeah. So what I will do is, I'll add in 6 cups of this water.
So how much rice did you use? How many cups?
3 cups.
3 cups, so
And I'm
double the
using
water.
double the water.
Okay.
I forgot how many cups we have to put. 4,
4?
5. 4 you're in for 3. Okay.
Okay. I think did you mention it to everyone how many cups you put?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this is almost done, the shallow fry, and you can add the water. You can turn it to medium high.
We just turned the flame down to medium, guys.
While pouring anything into the water or the oil, you can have to turn the flame low so that it doesn't flutter.
Oh. So those jeera, or what do you call it? Is it jeera?
Yeah.
Jeera, it started floating on top already.
I think they're falling short of 1 cup. I think I put 5.
You need more water?
Yeah.
Okay.
6 cups. Okay, turn on the high flame. And you need to add some salt to it.
Adding
Uh,
salt.
Yeah. Salt to taste.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. Mix it well and let it on high flame.
Okay, here we go. So while we are waiting for still the chicken to be
Chicken
baked,
is almost done. 5 more minutes to go.
okay, let's take a quick look here. We put it on a 30-minute timer, and we have about 5 minutes and change remaining to go on that. So, and in the meantime, in those 20 minutes, we've already put our rice for cooking. We got the raita ingredient ready, the key ingredient, which is the cucumber, ready here.
You can now, we can cook the raita. While the gravy is getting cooked for the butter chicken, we can have the raita done.
What do you mean by gravy is getting cooked? It's already cooked, right?
No, it's not. It's cooked, but we need to blend it and then again put it on the high flame.
So we'll focus on that then.
Yeah.
Let's focus on
So
that.
once this gets, while this is cooking,
So while we have the rice cooking, we're going back to the gravy now, guys.
correct.
Okay.
So here's the blender, the Vitamix jar, and I'm going to add. So this is add the cooked tomatoes, a blend of cashews, tomatoes, and spices, which is going in.
The microphone is there, so you need to speak louder. You're talking too slow, like you're talking to me. I'm standing here, I can hear you, but they can't, right?
Okay.
What are you doing? Pour some water in it?
Pour some water to get the tomatoes, the leftover tomatoes on the sides. Because anyway we are going to be adding in the water in the gravy later on. So might as well use this opportunity. Can you hear me, guys? Because Score keeps prompting me. No one can hear me.
Guys, did you hear what she just said? Over here about the water? Did anyone hear that?
Yes, we can, he says.
I don't know how they can
Okay.
hear you. The mic is like a mile away.
Okay, let's begin the turning.
Okay, I'm going to go on this side then. Okay, let's go.
Nice, okay? Wow. Look at this.
Okay, are we done?
Look at this. Look at the color. Looks like butter chicken gravy. That's the
looks-
blender.
And it is
yes.
steaming and there's smoke coming out of it. Oh my, steam coming out of it, whatever that is.
So what we need to do, turn on the gas.
Okay,
And
Okay, wait, slow down. Let's go one step at a time. What are you about to do?
I turned on the gas, the same pan which was used to
Make
make
the
the
original, okay.
tomatoes,
Okay.
cook the tomatoes and all.
Yeah.
In the same pan, add the gravy, but make sure that you lower the flame just because
It'll fly up.
the
Okay.
gravy flies all over the place.
You don't want a mess around the gas
Yes,
oven,
yes.
guys. So
we can
keep it
add
on
some
low.
water.
If it starts popping, lower the flame. See the smoke coming already out of it. You want to use a spoon for that?
It's okay.
Don't need it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So that's the beautiful color of gravy coming along, guys. Let's take another look at the rice. The water started receding on it.
This is what you eat in the restaurants, right? This color gravy.
And the chicken's almost ready to go as well. Okay, the timer's gone back to 0. So is this ready now? Can we show it to them?
Yeah.
Let's open
Let's
it
see.
up.
Let's see.
Oh, how do you know it's done or not from the inside? How do you test
We
that?
can test it.
That looks amazing. Okay. Are you flipping them now? Do we have to flip them and cook them again?
No, it's done. Almost done. I don't have to. I think it's cooked.
Okay.
If you want to try it, try cutting.
Take one piece out.
Yeah. No, like try cutting and checking if it's done.
From
So
the
you
inside.
know, from the inside, the chicken should turn white. It should not stay pink. Once this is done, that means the chicken is cooked.
Okay.
I think we are ready to take it off.
Okay, I don't know what you said.
We are ready to take the chicken out.
Okay. So we're taking it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Chicken's ready to
Chicken.
go, guys.
Yeah.
When is your flight? You book the tickets. I don't know what time is your flight. Swiss. I can receive you at the airport, no problem. Or let me know when you're landing. I mean, let me know what time you're arriving. My airport's not too far away from where I live, so it's pretty good. Now what?
Add the chicken pieces, the cooked chicken pieces
That's it?
to the gravy.
Okay.
This is the time when the marriage begins of the gravy and the chicken. It should blend in the flavors.
So is this the last step or there's more to go?
No, we need to garnish it,
Oh,
make
okay.
it a little richer than what it is right now.
Okay. What do you mean by richer?
Richer
Giving it
meaning
money?
we'll add one more secret ingredient,
Secret.
which is the half and half cream to it,
Ah.
which will create a luxury, the rich gravy. It has cashews, it has spices, plus it will have the cream to
Okay.
it. So I'm done putting in all the chicken.
Wow. I can't wait to taste it. And what about the rice? So we got the, I think this is the last few steps required and we should be done with this, or what, we stirred that
So
in now?
try mixing this chicken
Okay,
along with the gravy.
okay.
Let it cook for about 5-10 minutes until all this blends in properly. Okay.
So basically you're letting it sit on a low flame?
You can, yeah, I am, but just because otherwise it will create mess. All the gravy,
Okay.
it keeps flying off from the pan. And the gas, the whole gas around the sides, it will get messy.
Okay.
And you need to do more cleaning then.
Okay, there. She's trying to help me by making sure none of that flies out so I don't have to sit down and clean it, guys.
So that's the butter chicken gravy. I need to add some butter to it just because it's called as butter chicken. It's required right now.
Show us up, please, please, please.
Again,
Thank
1
you.
tablespoon.
This is not 1 tablespoon. This is
You
like,
can add one more tablespoon
this
to
is
create
not 1
that rich
tablespoon,
flavor.
is it?
Yeah,
Is it?
about 2 tablespoons I have
Okay.
added. Depends on your taste level or how rich you want it. So this is, I'm adding butter.
So you already previously added some butter.
Yes.
And now you added
And
some
we are adding
more
again.
butter.
Yeah. Just to get that richness.
Wow.
You can see, guys. Yeah. See the chicken pieces.
What about the chicken pieces?
They're so tender and juicy.
Until I eat it, I won't give you a certificate for that. I need to eat it to tell you that it is tender and juicy.
Okay.
I'm just seeing
meanwhile-
it. Seeing is not believing these days. Hey, Mrs. Collins. You're almost done with the chicken, butter chicken here. What is that?
This is half and half cream,
Okay.
which I need to use to add it in the
This is
gravy.
going in there?
Yes.
Oh.
And again, we'll use
Wait,
it
wait,
for
wait, let me
garnishing.
come the other side. Hold on. Okay, let's. How much?
There's no quantity.
No,
It
it
depends
is-
on your taste. So I'm adding it based on the amount of the gravy.
Okay, so you
Okay.
put like about 2 spatulas.
Yeah. So
This,
depends on your
about
taste.
2 of these, okay?
Yeah. Depends on your taste. See, it gets richer and richer. The more you add.
I don't know
It
about
gets
richer
richer.
and richer. I don't see any dollars floating on it. I don't see any dollars on it. It's not green yet.
How about we taste some?
I can't wait for that. Give it to me right now. I'll taste it. Okay. How about you taste it first and you tell me that it's tasty enough.
This is the time when you need to taste and make sure your salt, your sugar, everything is blended well. So I feel there is slightly less salt.
Slightly less salt.
Yeah.
We put so much, so we're putting some more
I'm
salt.
just being like
Careful.
careful. Whenever I add salt, I make extra precautions not to add extra salt. I can always add it later. Plus, I think the sourness is too much. You
More
can add honey as well. That's a key
secret
ingredient as
ingredient.
well instead of using sugar. But some people use sugar, so I'll add in 2 teaspoons of sugar again.
Okay.
So basically it balances out the sourness, the saltness and the sugar. So
Okay.
when you taste it, it seems like it's a rich, sweet, salty and sour
Okay.
blend of the spices. Mix it well, let it cook, let the chicken cook in the gravy for about 5-8 minutes. And if you want to add water, extra water to it, if you think the gravy is too thick, but I think my texture here,
It's perfect.
I feel is perfect because I added water in the blender while taking the gravy out, the
Okay.
blended gravy out, I mean, before cooking the gravy.
Okay. So can you pour the texture, show us the texture of the gravy again? Just drop it. Oh. One more time. Okay, I get the feel for it now. Okay, so we got the, now how long do we keep this simmering over there?
About 5-8 minutes, let the chicken blend in the gravy.
Soak it in kind
Yeah.
of. Okay. So
It
what?
should not be dry.
Okay.
So while that is happening, now you can make the condiment ready. Condiment is the raita, and the rice is almost cooked. If
Let's
you
show
look
the
at it-
rice. Let's show the rice. Okay. Okay. Can you come from the other side, if you don't mind? I think the lighting is better from here.
Rice is cooked nice and fluffy. It has the right amount of oil, and that needs to be had with butter chicken.
So do we
And I-
put anything on the rice now after you're done?
No, rice is done almost.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn up the heat
Okay.
from the rice.
From
Let's
the rice.
focus on
okay.
the condiment.
So the rice, the flame on the rice or the fire on the rice has been switched off, but you still have it going on the chicken, right? On the butter chicken, am I right?
Who's this? Mr. C. Throws.
Mr. C throws is Mr.
Thank you,
C's
thanks.
husband. Mrs. Collins' husband.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the compliment.
So guys, we got a lot done. Mr. C just arrived as the chief guest to sample what we cooked so far and to give us his certificate of good, no good, bad, whatever.
You can.
Thank you, Mr. C. Yes, the kitchen is beautiful. I don't know about the rest of the home, but the kitchen had to be pristine. Otherwise, my wife said, I'm not cooking for you. So, we did the rice. It's ready to go. We prepared the chicken. We just left it on a flame, low flame, for the chicken to basically absorb the gravy, the butter chicken gravy, and so that everything kind of becomes harmonious with each other. Because we cooked the chicken separately, we had it marinated separately, we created the gravy separately, and now we're merging the two and saying, okay, guys, get together, make sure the taste, the aroma, the flavor is even between the chicken and the gravy. Thank you, Mrs. Collins. There's a compliment for you, Manvi.
Thank you so much. Thanks for appreciating our cooking.
Your wife is stunning.
Thank you. I said thank you for the compliment.
Okay, so
let's do the condiment.
Before I get started again with the next thing, so what we had planned was we'll have the chicken, we'll have the rice. We are also going to do the naan, the bread, the Indian bread. By the way, I don't remember which version of naan this is, but where are you going to do that, in the oven?
Do you think is anyone interested to see the naan? How it's done? It's a ready naan available from the grocery store. So
Let's
it's just
show it to them.
how you warm it up. That's all.
Yeah, before I go to the last step, which is the raita, let's finish all the bread and the.
No, finish the raita. The
Okay.
naan is the last step.
Okay, we'll do the naan as or that bread naan as the last step. When we played together, yeah, she was still trying to get a hang of the controller. I remember that, but she's actually pretty good with the controller because she's played on those old games, the Ataris of this world. Yeah. So we have the cucumber grated, ready to go. I'm going to tap there for the focus. And we have, no, let's finish this then. We'll come back with that later. We have some yogurt. It's 3% yogurt, guys. Just tapping on it so it focuses. There we go. And what do we do now, Manvi?
So if you can actually churn the yogurt.
Right in the container itself?
No, in a separate container.
Okay, let's have that. So we're going to take the yogurt and we're going to thin it down a little bit to the raita level. Now remember, I have made raita before, so I'm going by my past experience and she can correct me if I'm wrong. The raita, the yogurt needs to be thinned down, but remember that the cucumber is also going to leave a little bit of extra water in the raita. Okay, so don't overdo it. And there's no, when you go to the restaurants, a good restaurant will give you raita which is really thick and creamy. We usually don't have thick and creamy raita at home. Usually it is thinner than what we get at restaurants, because when I eat them at restaurants, I get the feeling that I'm eating yogurt. It shouldn't be like that. Raita is supposed to be thinned down yogurt and with all the additional things in it, like we're putting cucumber, or you might be putting tomato and onions or whatever it is, right, on the bundi. So it needs to be thinner, but not too thin. It shouldn't be really watery, but thinner than what I've seen in some restaurants. So it really puts me off when I get raita, which is, I have to kind of, put it in my head that I'm eating at a restaurant. And they're just trying to show off that our quality is good. They're trying to show quality of thick, creamy yogurt in the raita, and that's not how we have it at home. So let's go with that. Where do you want me to do it? Manvi? Here in this?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna change the camera then, move it back or something because no one can see it right now. Or you want to hold it? Okay. Where are the spoons? There you go.
This is okay. It's focused.
So I'm gonna pour all. This is almost, as you can see, this is about half a bucket or half this container is yogurt, half is empty. We already used some of it for our other cooking. So this is about half of 750 grams. So I'd say this is like 350 grams. I'd say slightly over half. So I'd say 350 to 400 grams of yogurt right now. I'm just putting it into a container.
Someone didn't do the dishes. It has to be Thor, not me.
No, they are in the spoons. I wash them in the morning. They're all in the washing.
Dishwasher.
After I washed them, I didn't find the time to dry them because I was already getting late for the stream. So I just, after washing them, put them back in the dishwasher in one of the container which we have for spoons. It's all washed and ready. This is probably the 5th time in 30 years that I washed dishes today, guys. Okay, I got all the yogurt out.
Yeah.
So how much water do I put in this? I want to measure and
First, churn it well.
Okay.
This type of yogurt, usually when the yogurt is homemade, it takes a good amount of churning. But here I find because they're using powdered milk, I guess. So if you churn it along with a spoon, I think the texture of the yogurt immediately changes. So you don't need a churner.
Yeah, it's going very well without that handheld.
Just churn it nicely.
Yeah.
That's all.
So I've got that so that the blocks of yogurt are no longer visible. It's like smoother. And as we add more water to it, it'll get thinner and all the nodules or the blocks of yogurt will disappear. So how much is this? This is like a quarter of
The same cup.
the same container. So we put half, almost so much yogurt. Now we're putting so much water. So I'm thinking that's about 30 to 40% of what.
Don't add
all
let's
of
see.
it.
Yeah, all of it.
So let's see you do it. Okay, this is better done by an expert.
So I'm adding it while churning to make sure that the consistency should be
Even.
what
So-
I'm looking for. And mind you, there is some water content even in the cucumber. So,
Yeah, I talked everyone through that
Yeah.
just before we started.
so make sure it's not too dilute.
Okay, hold on a second. My camera wants to go all over the place, except where I want it to go. There we go. So we have a consistent. We didn't put all the water, right? We put like about.
No, we put like depending on the.
So
amount
look at the
required.
viscosity, the density of the yogurt. It's flowing.
It's pouring
smoothly.
like a sauce.
Yeah, it's pouring thinner than a sauce.
Yeah.
Like the ketchup is very
Yeah.
thick. That ketchupy thickness or density is too much. That's what we get at restaurant. This is half of that density, guys.
So this is actually a coolant dish to be had on the side along with the naan, the rice and the butter chicken.
So this is the cucumber that we grated earlier. We're just putting it
Adding the
inside the
chicken.
yogurt now.
Okay. Mix it well. Now from here, if you think you need some spice, you can add small chopped green chili. I'm not adding it just because I have kids who don't eat green chilies. So what I do is to get that spice level, I'm going to actually make a salad on the side of some onions and green chilies. Whereas this is without green chilies. Okay.
So what else are we putting
And
in?
here we are, from here we are adding some salt to taste.
How much?
Half a teaspoon.
Okay.
Slightly less than what is required, because I'm going to add another additional salt,
What is that? Rock
which
salt?
is
Rock salt or something?
rock salt. Correct, you're right.
Ah, see, I know my salt. I may not know
Can
everything
you
else,
take
but
that from the top?
which one? The rock salt is on top?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So I think the butter chicken is cooked here.
I need a stool. Hold on. Hold
Wait,
hold on
wait.
to the camera. I'll get it.
Wow.
Let's show it. Let's show them.
So this is the black salt, not rock salt. This gives a very good taste.
With the
To your
flavor,
raita.
the flavor. How
Yeah.
how much? How much? Mandi, slow
Again,
down.
dash of salt.
Okay, that's not more than a dash.
Yeah, it's about a quarter teaspoon. It's good for digestion, this particular salt. This is an excellent digestion ingredient.
Okay, cool.
I think I'll add some more.
Some more?
Yeah.
So about half a
From my
teaspoon?
experience, I think
Half a
about
teaspoon?
quarter teaspoon.
Yeah, go gently with it, guys. Taste
Yeah.
it. Taste it before you add more, because the measurements are not very precise. We went from quarter teaspoon to half a teaspoon. Taste it. If you think it's too pungent and too strong, then or strong enough for you, then don't add more.
That's why I go slow. Yeah. Then you can add some black pepper.
Black pepper.
Yeah. A dash of black pepper.
Okay. What else?
Mix it well.
Okay.
And then we'll add red chili powder on the top.
This is the spicy version of,
Spicy version. Just this. Just for garnishing.
just for garnishing, just for the color. Okay. So that's your raita ready to be served.
No, one more ingredient.
One
here.
more?
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
This is the roasted cumin powder, homemade.
Roasted cumin powder. Okay. What is cumin?
Cumin is jeera.
Jeera. Okay.
This gives a lovely taste to your raita.
This is the flavor that I get in my mouth and I always enjoy the most. It is this cumin powder flavor, and then
And finally, some coriander chopped and some mint.
mint and coriander.
So I'll take some sprigs of mint. Don't put the stems, just the leaves. Use the mint leaves, not the stems.
Okay.
Coriander, you can use the tender stems.
But mint you should not.
Mint, you should not.
Use only the leaves from mint. Okay, guys.
That's basic. Okay, we'll wash this.
Okay. I thought you already washed everything, no?
No, they're not washed. We'll chop them finely.
I've made some space. You can move the bowl so we can look at you chopping. There we go.
All the whatever the dirt came out in the water. Make sure you're chopping them very finely.
Finely chopped, guys. Really finely chopped. You don't want big chunks. Because the cucumber is what you want to taste in your mouth. This is just the flavor, the aroma, the whole combined experience. There we go.
This goes on the top of the raita.
This is the garnishing on the raita, guys. Is that it?
Okay, wash my hands.
Nice. I like it. One of my favorite raitas is this one, the cucumber raita. Some other day we'll show you some other raitas. And raitas are there are so many different variety of raitas. It's crazy. But I'll show you the ones. We'll show you the ones which most commonly we have at home. Also remember, raitas are very regional from India. So you may get a very different version of raita from different, going from state to state, whichever state you are in, it changes. So is that done now? Are we
Raita is done.
okay?
Now I'm going to do the butter chicken, garnishing on the butter chicken.
Is that flame switched off now? No, still on.
I'm turning it off now.
Okay, guys, this is the butter chicken. So all the marriage
That's the
and
control.
the union of the chicken and the gravy is done.
Let us serve it in a dish.
Okay, we put it in a serving dish now. Nice. That dish big enough?
Yeah. We're going to show a little, no?
Oh, okay, you're just showing a little bit. Okay.
Look
Oh,
at
you're
the
actually serving it to a person, kind of. It's not like on a table right now. Okay. I don't think anyone saw you shake your head. But she's saying no, it's not for the dinner table serving, this is for a personal serving in a bowl. Someone who wants to have it right now at the dining table, right?
Yeah. So what I would do, the next step is adding a little cream on the top.
Okay.
That's the garnishing part. And again, you will garnish with some coriander.
Oh, I thought you were going to use some, what do you call it?
I'll use that
cranberry?
as well. I will use that as well.
Okay, cranberry, and you can
Oh,
put
you
cashew.
know, one thing
you
we
can put
forgot.
cranberries.
We forgot doing this part.
Where?
Okay. So we'll garnish. This is the fenugreek dry leaves. I'm going to rub it between my hands, and the powdered.
Version? Okay. So that's the garnishing you're doing on
Yeah.
top? Okay.
So actually, it should go in the gravy. Let's do that.
Okay. You need to put it right in here.
Yeah.
After the cooking, everything is done.
No, actually, it should cook for 2 minutes. So I'm going to turn on the gas again to mix this flavor as well. So it will come as a powdery form.
Okay.
Mix it with the gravy. This is the final step.
If you don't do this, it's okay. I mean,
No, but this garnishing is important.
okay. it is
Don't
important.
forget this kasuri methi. It's called as kasuri methi, the dry fenugreek leaves. So it will change the flavor. That's what I
Oh.
mean.
It influences the final flavor of this. Okay, so this is what? Coriander? Oh, let's put it there.
Okay. I'm gonna do this and serve it with some rice. And I'll show you the final step.
So this is the jeera rice, guys. You can see the jeera in the rice. And what? Everything dressed with coriander. We should change
Yeah.
something.
Alright? So that's the
Okay.
raita.
I'm gonna come
And-
around. I'm gonna come around. I'm gonna get this speaker wire off. Hopefully.
And raita you can help yourself. How much ever you want.
So we have the raita in the serving bowl. We have the jeera rice, and we have the butter chicken ready to go. And where's the?
The naan,
The
I'm going
naan.
to warm it up right now because
Okay.
it has to be had hot.
Okay, let's have the
So-
naan going now. So
So
that's
this is the naan I'm using today, which is the tandoori naan. It comes in ready pack of 15 for a family pack.
Thanks, Mrs. Collins. I'm glad you like that music.
So I'm not looking at the chat. So that's a naan. What you need to do is
On the tawa, or where are you going to
No.
cook it?
So what you need to do is heat it up in the microwave for about 1 minute.
1 minute, okay?
One. Okay. And
Give me a
heat up
second.
your griddle.
Okay, what are we doing?
After it gets warmed up or thawed in the microwave,
Uh-huh.
I need to roast it on the griddle,
Flat.
the flat
On the flat
griddle.
griddle. What if you
Flame
don't
is
have
on.
the griddle at home? Like not everyone's got this at home, right?
So you can do it in the pot, like a wok or a pan or a cooking pot. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I lost my connection to my computer. Something's funny is going on here.
I'm late. Can I still learn about the food?
I think I lost my screen, guys. Give me a second. I don't know what happened. Can you move this? I need to place this and gain access to the PC or computer. Sorry, guys. My computer decided to boot up or something. I have no idea what happened here. Is the stream still running? I only lost the camera, I think. Okay, I think my Wi-Fi connection on the camera disconnected for a little bit. We didn't do anything much. We were talking about this flat panned. Let's show them. I think the microwave tripped it. I think. So this flat pan, the flat griddle,
While
on
this
which
is
we are going to
getting
be.
heated up, the naan went into the microwave to thaw for a minute. Now
Yeah.
it is out, and then I'm ready to put it
Okay,
on the
let's
griddle.
slow down and recap one more time. So, guys, I think we lost the connection around the time that we put this, after we put this in the microwave, right? You guys saw everything until the microwave.
What about the naan pack? Did you get this? This is the naan pack I use at home. So these are coming out of the freezer. So
Oh.
I need to thaw the naan in the microwave for a minute. After which I actually cook it or roast it on the griddle, the flat griddle. So this is thawed, and now it needs to get heated up.
So that's the naan being cooked on a medium flame or a high flame or what is
High
it?
flame.
High flame?
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's already thawed.
Okay.
We are just making sure that it gets heated up
Properly?
properly from the whole,
The whole
like
surface?
over the whole naan.
Okay, and you want a little bit of browning to happen more than what's already there?
Just a very, like
Or
very
light?
little,
Okay.
like.
When you start
So
seeing
it's
the,
almost done.
so basically when you start seeing the browning increasing, that's the time to take it off, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing? Adding
Now
butter?
I'm adding butter to it. So these come in flavors. I'm
We
adding
had
a
plain
little.
naan, that's why you're adding
Yeah,
the
this is
butter.
a plain naan.
Hey Wampus, I see you coming here.
This is the naan, which is ready to serve, along with the scrum, the most delicious butter chicken, some rice. Raita already?
Yeah, so,
So
you
we've
can,
got some
no,
naan.
you can put the raita.
Okay.
It's okay, I'm on camera. So we got the rice served for a person, we got some butter chicken going there, we got the naan ready, and we are on the verge of serving the raita along with it on the side. So like you have sides for your continental food, like you have what should I say, fries, mashed potatoes, you know, any of those things that you have as sides. This raita is a side like that. You can move the cable. Okay, there we go. All ready to be had. Is this something you want to sample first? You want me to sample first?
You can sample it and let me
Okay.
know how it's done.
Okay. How it's done. Or how it tastes.
And I'll let you
Okay.
eat.
Okay, there we go. No, go on this side, please. Manch पीछे camera दिखाई दे. Okay, dokie. I want to take a.
So guys, get yourself a drink and have some butter chicken with us.
That gravy is. I'm gonna have the chicken.
Is it soft enough, tender?
Yeah. It just melted in the mouth, kind of. Let's try that. Oh, the raita is amazing too. Too good, guys. Too good. I really like it. I want to feed it to her, but off camera. Okay, guys, we got a lot done.
Although this was not the plan, it was just the butter chicken. But I thought, let's get a full meal done since it was done. This stream actually was performed during the lunch hours, from morning till lunch. So everybody would be hungry. So I thought, let me add in making the rice and the naan along with the condiment. So thank you guys for watching me. I
Okay.
hope the stream was extremely helpful for you all. And all the best in your cooking. Let me know how it goes. And if you have any questions,
we'll take questions now.
or even they might have questions further,
Okay.
don't forget to comment on Roar's ID and let me know.
So guys, you have my Discords. Most of you already have me on Discord. Most of you already know me well. We are done with the cooking part of it. So I just want to, before we close the stream, do a quick recap. So we did the marination and the prep of the chicken yesterday. There's a separate video that you can go to from yesterday's date. It's recorded, it's on my Twitch. Then we did a recap of it this morning, but we sped through it a little bit faster because we'd already covered most of it yesterday. And today was like a faster, quick, let's go and get
Recap
this
of
done.
the marination. Yeah.
So we did it again, a smaller batch of oil. Then we went through the paces of creating the gravy. In the gravy, can we do a quick recap of how we prepared the gravy? We started with, chopping some onions.
So put in some
Put
oil in a pan, like a wok.
No, the prep for before that even. We chopped some
Tomatoes, onion, ginger, garlic.
ginger and
little bit
garlic.
of it. And then tomatoes, cashew nuts,
Okay,
some onion, like one onion, small onion.
okay,
We chopped it finely.
okay.
Uh,
We put the oil in a pan, in a deep pan,
deep pan, like a wok.
and we put some butter in it.
Butter and oil together.
And oil
then we
together.
added whole masalas,
The
whole garam masalas, which consists of cardamom, the big cardamom, the cinnamon,
leaves.
the bay leaves, the black pepper, cumin,
Okay,
and star anise, nutmeg powder.
okay,
So all those we added, and after that we added some onions. When the onion
started
tends to
turning.
get cooked a little bit, we added the tomatoes, and we covered the pan for about 5 to 10 minutes. But don't forget to turn on the oven because we need to cook the chicken, the marinated chicken. So while the chicken is getting cooked, we are actually preparing the gravy. So on the flame, we need to cook the tomatoes along with some cashews. Make sure all the spices go in. Spices meaning the red chili powder, the Kashmiri red chili powder for the color, the garam masala, the cardamom powder. That needs to be cooked. Some salt in it. And some, I think that was about it.
Yeah.
And then when turn off the flame after it gets cooked, put it in the blender, make it a thick gravy like texture, blend it in and get the gravy into the same pan after putting in some, we didn't put the butter later. Right?
Yeah.
You can add in the butter later again. So get the gravy into the pan again After
the
which
chicken.
we added a little bit of cardamom powder, sugar to it, some salt to it if needed, and let the gravy cook. After the chicken marinated, the tandoori chicken is cooked, add in the chicken
Gravy.
chunks into it, let it cook all over again
For
for
about
about 10 minutes,
okay.
so that the juices of the gravy, the, the chicken, the chicken marination of the chicken blends in properly. And that's how the butter chicken is cooked for a while. And the last thing we did was garnishing of the gravy was done by the dry fenugreek leaves, which was rubbed between my hands and powdery. It goes into a powdery form, and then add in some cream, half and half cream, and garnish with some coriander leaves. That's about it.
Great. And then we did the raita where we just washed out a cucumber. We kind of, what did we do to it? What do you call that? Grating, right? We did the grating of it.
Yeah, that's the raita, the condiment we prepared
Yeah.
along with the butter chicken.
So we
in it.
grated the raita, the
Cucumber.
cucumber for the raita. We took the yogurt, we thinned it out a little bit. We added some salt, some black salt, some rock salt to it. We put in-
Garnish with some red peppers.
we mixed the cucumber first.
Red
right?
chili powder. Mix the cucumber along with the yogurt. Garnish it with salt, black salt. Mix it well, and then again garnish with red chili powder, cumin powder, roasted cumin powder, and some coriander and some mint fresh leaves. Of course, the leaves will go finely chopped into the garnishing.
Okay.
That's all we covered. What did you miss, Mrs. Collins? I can do a recap for you if you like.
Oh, the first part from yesterday? Yeah, you can. She can see the ward, and we also did it today again. Right?
Yeah, so we repeated actually the same marination process towards the first half of the session today. So you can watch the video from yesterday, or you can watch the video from today also.
So I'm going to take you back to the table before I disconnect the stream, guys. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you
For being
everyone,
here.
and thanks for encouraging me. Thanks a lot. It was fun seeing you all, guys, and hope to see you again. Thank you.
So just running the camera through the final served food. So I apologize for all the cables and the wires. We are in a shooting room right now. Cameras are on, lights are on, everything's on. So apologies for that. Everything is in all the same places. That's the butter chicken. Finger licking good. That's the raita. Sorry, I already had some of that.
My tummy is already grumbling. I need to eat.
Thanks a lot, everyone. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me. I can find my wife anytime you have a question. I can go back to her and ask the questions. If I don't know, she knows, and she can answer the questions for you.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
All of
Rest
you.
of the day. Thank you.
Have a nice weekend, all of you, rest of you, wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and I'll see you soon, hopefully. Not with another cooking stream to begin with, but we'll talk about it. I'll get feedback from you guys and see if we need to do another cooking stream or not, and what you have in mind. I'll put it out on Twitter or something, guys.
Let me know if you would like to have any other dish cooking done by myself. So I would be more than happy to showcase that dish, particular dish.
Yeah, okay.
Thank
Great.
you.
Cool, guy. Bye. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. I'm gonna put it in the room view because this camera is about to die. दूर wait कर कैमरा पे
What's that?
it's this icon actually means something.
Down below Swiss
This
burger.
one?
Swiss burger.
So that's his own. It says hype.
It's like chef holding 2 spoons and nodding their head.
That Swiss hype. That's his
Oh.
own channel, I
Okay.
think. This one is Cool Cat. That one's Swiss Wave. This one is Swiss Bee Heart. That one is Dropped Kiss from Bumpus. That's Mandi. These are all different streamers. They have their own icons. Like I have my own, right? So this is all different streamers with different icons and different emotes, as they call them. So it looks pretty nice. Okay, guys. Bye bye, everyone. Have a good one.